I've always loved doing art. You can do it anywhere, from space to in a hospital bed.
Poppy had just turned 3 and she'd been at preschool for a couple of weeks. And Poppy didn't really seem herself. It didn't really ring any alarm bells. I just thought, she's just started preschool, there's bound to be loads of bugs going around and she's just caught something. We went to like an out of hours local hospital. I think one of the things that stands out now is I remember them saying, is she usually this pale? We didn't know at that point like how important that question would actually be. Leukemia was something I'd very vaguely heard of, but she was actually diagnosed within a week. That all felt like quite a whirlwind and a lot to process. We went from toddler groups and preschool to then hospital visits, and life just looks very different, but so quickly. One of the things that maybe people don't realise when you're undergoing treatment, particularly during COVID, was that only one adult could go with Poppy into hospital. So a lot of that time is spent separated. Daisy was also incredible, Poppy's little sister, at just coping with, you know, she was only 1 at the time, Poppy was just 3, but she would have moments where she went to bed as normal and then in the morning she'd find that Mummy and Poppy weren't there because we'd had to go into hospital in the night, and it changed our whole family life for a good 2.5 years. From a really young age, they both loved drawing and colouring and painting. So it was something that we could all do together, but it was that, like, I suppose it became that consistency, that it was something that we did do at home and we did do in hospital, but it also felt like the sort of thing you should be doing when you're 3, rather than being in for chemotherapy. Like, you should have a paintbrush in your hand.
I've always loved doing art, even when I was in hospital. Everyone who was in the ward, they were offered to paint a tile on the roof. When you're in a hospital bed, you don't really have much to look at. So if you look up on the ceiling, you can see loads of different pictures everywhere, which felt lovely. And I just thought it would be really special to have an art exhibition of my own.
It was a real wow moment to walk into Christie's and to see it all lit beautifully and handled with such care.
It just felt so surreal. It was really exciting and I just couldn't believe it was really happening. I felt like it was just a dream.
We really noticed how much her confidence in herself had grown. You'd started to think of yourself as an artist and like owning some of those spaces, which was really lovely to see. A wish sounds like your greatest ever wish, but actually they managed to make it even more magical than any of us could have dreamed of. Everything that Make-A-Wish and Art of Wishes did just made it so magical, and I think beyond even what you felt your wish could ever be, really. When we were in hospital and you're going through treatment, you don't tend to look forward to many things because you're never quite sure how things will pan out. So everything is very much like one foot in front of the other, and let's get through today and then we can think about tomorrow. Whereas with the wish, we were back to thinking big again and like dreaming and anticipating and being excited and making new memories together as a family across that whole wish weekend was just really special and something that all of us will remember forever.